send you up against the best. Yes, sir. You two characters are going to Top Gun.
I feel the need for speed.
5 weeks you're going to fly against the best fighter pilots in the world.
You guys really are cowboys.
I don't like you because you're unsafe.
That's right. And dangerous.
The wild card. Flies by the seat of his pants.
I guess when I see something, I go right after it.
It takes a lot more than just fancy flying.
No, in this school is about combat. There are no points for second place.
Figured it out yet?
What's that?
Who's the best pilot?
No, I think I can figure that one out on my own.
Tom Cruise, Kelly McGillis. Top Gun.
Well, I'm here with my two guests, I guess, Rascal and Skipper, as I am reviewing the last of my Val Kilmer collection. This is Top Gun.
You like this movie?
I'm not going to say anything until the end. But it is a very interesting one to do, since Val Kilmer isn't exactly the star in it, but he is pretty close. So I will be reviewing this right after this fun commercial, which I did find. So I hope you will enjoy it. I will show you that in just a second.
World News with Mario.
I know on the Top Gun story. Top Gun 2. What's up, Lieutenant? Bogies at 12 o'clock. Okay, lock on and sidewinder away. We got a little problem here. Time to go home. How we gonna make it? Airspeed 300 knots. We're gonna nose down.
We made it. The news on Top Gun 2.
Nintendo.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that commercial. I think that this would have made a good Top Gun 2 if Mario was the pilot. I found that commercial funny. I was glad that I stumbled on that. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope maybe I can get some comments about the video game itself, the Nintendo Top Gun game, because I've actually never played it. I sold it, but I never played it. So I would like comments below on that if you do remember it. So the movie Top Gun, this is the number one movie of 1986, which really shouldn't surprise anybody. And this is starring Kelly McUgly. She was in the movie Witness.
Never heard of it.
There's really not much to remember. I don't know how Kelly McUgly even got this role.
Why are you being nasty?
I'm not being nasty. I just gave her name. It's not my
What is
fault.
her actual
She had mean parents. They called her Kelly McUgly. And also starring, of course, the legendary Val Kilmer. We know him from Tombstone. Why are you shaking your head? The Saint, which I just reviewed, Ghost in the Darkness, Willow. No, Batman Forever, At First Sight. I just remembered that one. Heat. And of course, he was also in Top Gun 2 for a little while. And then we also have Tim Robbins. He was in. So where was I? Oh, yes. Tim Robbins is also in this. He was in Shawshank Redemption. He was. I can't think of his name. He was the main character. Oh, Andy. Morgan Freeman's friend.
Oh, okay.
He was, yeah. He was in the movie IQ, Nothing to Lose. And then we also have Clarence Gilliard Jr., who was in Die Hard and Walker, Texas Ranger. And Meg Ryan is in part of this movie. She is Goose's wife, and we know her from Courage Under Fire, Sleepless in Seattle, When Harry Met Sally, Joe versus Volcano, Flesh and Bone, In the Cut, Against the Ropes. My goodness. You're just nose all over the place. You've got Mail. Really? None of those? Unbelievable.
You
Oh.
know that you saw Lifetime and Law & Order as a child.
Oh boy. Okay, so next is Anthony Edwards. We all know him as Dr. Green from ER. He was also in Fast Time at Ridgemont High. He was in the movie The Client. And unfortunately, he was not in Top Gun 2. And I'm trying to think if I'm leaving anybody. Oh yes, Tom Skerritt. How can I forget about Tom Skerritt? He was in the movie MASH. He was in, I guess he was in Alien. He was in Tears of the Sun. Oh well, Poltergeist 3. I'm sure he wants to forget. Let me think. Oh yes, and he was also in Father's Day.
Who are we talking about?
Tom Skerritt.
I don't know who that is.
He was one of the head guys in this. He was the guy that was running Top Gun. Oh yes, when the actor Michael Ironside is also in this. We know him from Starship Trooper. I believe his code name in this is, oh, I forgot what it is. I know Tom Skerritt's code name is Viper, or his pilot name. I forgot what Michael Ironside's is, but we'll get to that.
You're missing a very important person.
Oh, you're right. I am. Oh yes, James Tolkien, the guy at the beginning, the bald guy, the one
are
that
we talking about?
the guy that yells at Goose and Maverick at the beginning of the movie. How can we forget James Tolkien? He was the
How
only.
about Maverick?
Maverick is a movie that we're gonna do at a different time. That's starring Mel Gibson and James Gardner. We will get to
I'm gonna
Maverick.
hit you.
We will get to Maverick, or are you talking about the Dallas Mavericks, the NBA
No, I'm
team?
talking about the actor who played him.
I forgot his name, but anyways, I'm going with James Tolkien right now. The bald guy that's funny. He was in Problem Child too. No, he was in Masters of the Universe. He was the only part of Masters of the Universe that was good, and he was Mr. Strickland in Back to the Future. And I can't remember if he's in Back to the Future too. He might have been in part of it. But yes, James Tolkien, and then yes, we do have the character Maverick. He was in some other movies. He was in Jerry Maguire.
What's his name?
Um, so I'm sorry. So the character that plays Maverick is movie colonoscopy, and he was in Jerry Maguire. He was in A Few Good Men. He was. I'm trying to think of what. Oh yes, Mission Impossible, Mission Impossible 2, Mission Impossible 3. Hold on, I'm trying to think of what else she was in. The Firm. Oh, sorry, I get them mixed up. It's just so easy to do.
Who are you talking about?
The Hollywood colonoscopy. Let's see. She was also in The Firm. Sorry, he was in The Firm. Cocktail. I know. Oh yes. All the Right Moves. I think that was his first movie. I'm trying to think if there's any. Come on. Oh yeah, Interview with the Vampires was a big one. I'm trying to think if there's any. Oh yes, Minority Report, Vanilla Sky, War of the Worlds. I think that's pretty. I think that pretty much sums them up. So yes, so he is in this movie and he plays Maverick. And
Who is he?
his name is Tom Cruise.
Can you say that so we can hear you?
Tom Cruise is the actor's name, aka Hollywood colonoscopy, because it is just a pain when he's in a movie. So, anyways,
But yeah,
So-
you like Bill Murray. That makes
it does. He's funny. And personally, I probably wouldn't get along with him. So, anyways, yeah. No, I'm trying to. Oh, yeah. So the backstory here is a typical Tom Cruise movie. His father has passed away, and he's trying to live up to Daddy's expectations. As we saw, well, not many of you did see that review that I did on A Few Good Men. It was a very similar storyline there. So apparently, his dad was in the Navy, and something happened with his plane. And so the bald guy at the beginning was giving him a kind of a hard time. So he has to live up to his, I guess, family name. So he is with his partner Goose, and something goes wrong with their buddy Cougar in the sky. they have to fly. They decide to fly him back on very little fuel because Cougar had some. He had an incident with the enemy and got scared to death. So pretty much they had to bring him in. Cougar then turns in his wings, and then that slides Maverick and Goose up into the spot, so they get a chance to go to Top Gun. And this is pretty much you want to say, a contest to see who the best pilot is. So they run into some problems with Iceman, played by Val Kilmer, right from the get go because a lot of people think they got a lucky break. So I will show the first clip, which is a still, and it actually tells what Top Gun is. So I will show that in just a second. I have no more guess. It's got to be Tom Cruise. So I hope you guys enjoyed the little still there that I played. This will give you a better idea, since I'm not the best at explaining what exactly it is, even though it's pretty cut and dry. It's pretty much a school. Obviously for the top pilots. So now I will go to the first clip before they go to Top Gun. It's actually a scene that I forgot about, and it's maybe one of my favorite scenes in the movie. So let's just say the enemy fighter pilots, let's just say that they see a little bird flying in the sky. So I will show you that scene in just a second.
Is this your idea of fun, man? Watch the birdie. Jeez, I cracked myself up.
Well, I thought this part was pretty cool, how they just went over the plane like that and sort of flipped it over and had it inverted, and then he gave the guy the finger, and then they got a nice little Polaroid of it. And yes, this was before cell phones, so yes, this was called a Polaroid camera, for those who don't know. Well, they may not.
And what's that?
It's where you take the picture and then it comes right out. So you get an instant, so you don't got to take it to a place to get it developed.
You missed a very important detail.
And what's that? Well, Skip is back. Apparently, I guess you had to shake them. I apparently did not know this. We did not have a Polaroid camera. So moving on.
What
So
did you take pictures?
just whatever my parents had, and we got them developed. My grandma had a Polaroid camera.
You didn't steal it to play with it?
Never. Wasn't mine. I would probably break it.
You know, a new Papa.
And I think they were expensive. So yes, this is one of my favorite clips of the movie. And because they did this little stunt, they also did something else after this. They were supposed to land, and because Cougar got in trouble, because that MiG scared him, pretty much scared the bejeebers out of him, they decided not to land their plane. They went right over the aircraft carrier, back in the air to save Cougar, and of course, the angry Mr. Clean is not happy, and we will see him in just a second, and his face on the screen is already making me laugh. So I will show that clip in just a second.
And let's not bullshit, Maverick. Your family name ain't the best in the Navy. You need to be doing it better and cleaner than the other guy. Now, what is it with you? Just want to serve my country, be the best fighter pilot in the Navy. Sir, don't screw around with me, Maverick. You're a hell of an instinctive pilot. Maybe too good. I'd like to send somebody from this squadron to Miramar. I gotta do something here. I still can't believe it. I gotta give you your dream shot. I'm gonna send you up against the best. You two characters are going to Top Gun.
Here's the angry Mr. Clean, and he is obviously their boss. I'm not really sure what his. I wish I knew what his rank was, but obviously he's very, very, very upset. I think it looked like he may have pooped his depends. So he has to unfortunately give Maverick his dream shot because Cougar is now out of the loop. So Goose gets his dream shot, so that I'm happy about. So they get to go to Miramar and pretty much gets to compete against the top pilots. So no, this place is better. So it's better than the Miramar Mall. Not that's okay. Except for the turtle pond, this is better than the Miramar Mall. So yes, Goose gets his dream shot. Yes, and the other guy who might be the pilot is with him. So let's see how this turns out. They're pretty much in a classroom. So now those two characters get to go to Top Gun. So I will show the next clip of Viper pretty much he's pretty much telling them what they're going to be doing and what's allowed and what's not allowed. So I will show a little bit of the clip because, of course, Maverick has to get his 2 cents in, and I will show that in just a second.
You think your name's gonna be on that plaque? Yes, sir. That's pretty arrogant. You speak up. Yes, sir. I like that, pilot. Remember, when it's over out there, we're all in the same. The plaque for the alternates is down in the ladies' room. Oh, you kill me. You really did.
Well, this is actually one of my least favorite scenes until Goose laughed. This is just typical Tom Cruise having to do this in all his movies. He has to say something like that to try to prove that he's the best. Didn't surprise.
That's written for him, right?
Yeah, it is, but it's like this in every movie he's in. So now I'm starting to think that he has something to do with it. And then, of course, Val Kilmer is, as much as I like Val Kilmer as an actor, he is the hemorrhoid of this movie, no question. Wherever Maverick is, he is right there. He's just always right there at the worst time.
He's also just
But I mean, I understand that's also written for him, but it's just the way the director has him. He's just always just right there. It's like I said, he's that annoying hemorrhoid you just can't get rid of. So what saved this part was Anthony Edwards, who plays Goose, and he just has that ridiculous laugh. So that made me laugh the first time I saw this movie. So now I will show that now the scene after this, they actually end up going to a bar, and this is where Maverick runs into Kelly McUgly, and he tries to hit on her. It doesn't work out so well, but it doesn't end there. She ends up, she sees him at Top Gun, and we're gonna find out what she does. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Listens to her about your proficiency. It's all yours, Joey.
Thank you. Hello? We will be dealing with F5s and A4s as our MiG simulators. Now then, as most of you know, the F5 doesn't have the thrust-to-weight ratio that the MiG-28 has, and it doesn't bleed energy below 300 knots like the MiG-28. However, the MiG-28 does have a problem with its inverted flight tanks. It won't do a negative G pushover. The latest intelligence tells us that the most...
Well, so Kelly McUgly is now working there. She is, I guess they said, a physicist and something else with the Pentagon. So, well, the Pentagon trusts what she says, so I guess they brought her in for extra analysis, I guess. So apparently this is the girl that Maverick has a crush on. And this is a typical Tom Cruise thing, another mediocre actress that he will be working with on screen. And this just becomes a pattern from the years on, because obviously this was one of his, this may have been one of his bigger roles. But we'll get into that later. So he obviously challenges her right away because he does say that he was inverted and gave the Mig the finger. So then when she says that he's the one, I guess she didn't realize that person was, was a pilot at that time. So it's kind of starting already because Iceman is kind of challenging him as well, as long with his little flunky. Um, which one is that? Oh, Slider. I just get their names mixed up. Slider's really annoying in this as well. So now I will show some action scenes here. Uh, the points do matter, and Maverick is trying to catch Jester, which is with he's the assistant to Tom Skerritt in this movie, and of course Tom Skerritt's code name is Viper, or pilot's name is Viper. So I will show that scene in just a second. We will see how Maverick. Uh, let's see how he does he catch him or not.
I still got him. He's still back there. Come on, man. Get some of that pilot shit. Yeah, I got him.
Well, apparently these actors owe my wonderful bride to be some money for all their, I guess, hard language. So I guess they kind of will tend to do this in a competitive situation. So these are the I do love the action scenes here with the airplanes, or sorry, military planes. So they do manage to get Jester, but they get him. What is it, underneath the hard deck or whatever they call it? So I guess his point supposedly doesn't count. I do like the little flyby by the tower. They did request a flyby, and the guy said no. So Maverick does it anyways. He shakes the tower. The guy spills his coffee all over him. I hope that's not expensive coffee, because it looked like that was a really big spill. And I don't know what will get that stain out with. They didn't come out with OxyClean yet. Billy Mays was not around. so so I will show the next scene here where they are in the locker room discussing the points, and like I said, Iceman is nothing but a hemorrhoid in this movie. So I will show this clip in just a second.
You guys really are cowboys. What's your problem, Kazansky?
You're everyone's problem. That's because every time you go up in the air, you're unsafe. I don't like you because you're dangerous.
That's right. Nice. Man, I am dangerous.
I forget what part I left off at. So here's what I mean with Iceman being the little. They got to get him some preparation H because he's a major hemorrhoid in this movie. So this is the so this is the little scene here where
They owe me another $1.
yes, I guess they owe you another dollar. So apparently they did Goose and Maverick did not get the point. And Slider was, I think, the first one to point that out. That is Iceman's wingman, and he is just as bad as he is. Only he's kind of he's obviously not as talented as Val Kilmer. So they do manage to go to the principal's office apparently, and they do get yelled at. And then before that scene, before they do, the guy at the tower is really wants discipline for the airplane going 400 knots right by his tower. So as the guy that's yelling and screaming about coffee being spilled on him walks out of the office and then manages to get hit with more coffee. So there is some comedy to this movie along with some of the fun action scenes. So after they get in trouble, they understand the rules better, and they play volleyball in one scene. And then, yes, Maverick does chase down Kelly McUgly, who is Charlie in this movie. And yes, they do go out on a date. And I will just show one more clip because then I don't want to give too much away. in case a younger audience for some reason saw the second movie before the first one. It has happened before. So I will show the final clip in just a second.
Team. Multiple aircraft, multiple bogies. Your training is half over. The competition for the Top Gun trophy remains tight. First place, Iceman. Second place, Maverick. Just 2 points behind.
Lock level, continue left turn.
Well, so this is the final clip. So as you know, this is a tight race here. I just don't want to give any more away. So apparently, some fact that I did read is one of the stunt pilots actually died during the production of this, and the plane and body was not discovered. The last words that he said is, "I have a problem, a real problem," and I guess they never found him. And then another thing is the actors actually did get sick when they were filming this because of the way that when they were doing their F-18 training, I guess they were up there with real pilots, and I guess they were indeed vomiting either in the plane or when they got off because of the intense speed or the fact that they're doing all these little spins. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So I do like this last clip here. Maverick does actually go after Viper, and he does so by leaving. He was supposed to be Hollywood's, who is another pilot, his cover fire. So how that ended up, I'm not going to tell you, but you will just have to watch the movie. So, yes, our two friends did review this. Siskel the Grouch and Ebert, King of the Toilet Chair, did review it. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Top Gun, about the best pilots and lovers in the Navy.
Contact, multiple bogies, 165. 2 miles. Looks like they're going away from us.
Oh, I see him. Tally ho, right 2 o'clock. I'm in.
Our next movie is a high-tech adventure film with some of the best flying footage I've seen since Clint Eastwood and Firefox. The movie's named Top Gun, and it stars Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer as two of the best pilots in the Navy. They get selected for elite training and aerial dogfights where they are natural rivals, and at the end of the intensive combat training course, the best pilot is named Top Gun. Here, Tom Skerritt plays the veteran instructor who will help make the decision.
What are you doing?
His nickname is Maverick, gets a reputation as a hot dog who's a brilliant flyer but takes unnecessary chances.
Okay, come on. We nailed that son of a...
You guys really are cowboys.
What's your problem?
Maverick, you and Goose get your butts out of that flight gear and up to Viper's office now.
There's a love story in the movie between Cruise and a beautiful flight instructor played by Kelly McGillis. This is her first movie since Witness.
If I reversed on a hard cross, I could immediately go to guns on him. You didn't tell me who you were the other night.
You didn't give me a chance, did you? You deserved it.
The flying footage in Top Gun is really terrific. There are 6 or 7 major dogfight sequences, and they are choreographed so well that most of the time we can actually even follow what's happening. It's when the movie is on the ground that it runs into trouble. The love story between Tom Cruise and Kelly McGillis is not only unnecessary, it's unconvincing. You could see it there. There's none of the romantic chemistry that made her scenes with Harrison Ford so electrifying in Witness. The whole relationship in this movie seems to have been written in as an afterthought, and the other relationships are awfully predictable. There's the hero's best buddy, and the rival that he hates, and the old man, and the old-timer who knew his dad, and somehow we've been here before. So I give the movie thumbs down despite the great action sequences.
Well, and I give it thumbs up because of the great action sequences, because they are magnificent.
Yes, they are.
And they, as you say, these dogfights, I mean, this movie, and I think it's really a whole lot better than Firefox. And actually better than a film I have to admit, you know, one of my favorites, and yours too, The Right Stuff. I mean, this gives me a sense of what it is like to be in a plane, traveling at these speeds, doing the maneuvers that they do. And how they accomplish this, I don't know, but it is masterful. I'm sure it'll win Academy Awards on a technical level. It's spectacular. I can't emphasize that enough. The love story, you're right. It's ridiculous. It's a pale imitation of An Officer and a Gentleman. Ridiculous. But it is. I can't deny that.
That's right. And, of course, Officer and a Gentleman, which was so interesting in terms of the relationships,
it would be
points out the weaknesses here. I'm telling you, I was sitting there in the theater like almost being hot and cold.
That's right. That's exactly right.
They'd be up in the air and it would be so exciting and I'd be like this, and then suddenly they're down on the ground.
Okay,
Who cares what they're talking about or what's happening?
That's the love story. The only thing that I would say, the relationship between the flight instructor, Tom Skerritt, who, we haven't seen him in a good movie since MASH. That's back in 1970.
Yeah.
Gee, I wish you were doing more films. I'm glad he's in this one. That I thought was interesting. The love story, garbage, but the flight sequences, you know what they ought to do? This is the greatest advertisement for the U.S. Navy ever. They ought to have a recruiting officer in the lobby of every theater. They would sign people up. It's that exciting.
Gee, I don't know who we get to do the show.
Well, the Siskel the Grouch, the Dodo Bird, and King of the Toilet Chair here. I pretty much liked the action scenes, but did not like the love story. And then they also didn't like the dialogue on the ground. And then I guess the toilet chair guy was complaining about hot and cold, like they're hot flashes. That's just the withdrawal from your low sugar intake because I guess they cut you off of your candy buffet. So they obviously, one liked it and one did not. Obviously, Ebert did not like it. And I'm sure that I'm sure he did not like the little love scene since he looks like a typical Reddit writer. So, but it's okay. So their little opinion here is actually, I hate to say it, it is similar to mine. The only difference is I actually did hate the love story. It was unconvincing. I gotta give them that. I definitely agree. The action scenes are terrific. I actually thought that they were a lot of fun, and maybe they weren't wrong about the recruiter because being in those planes really did look like a good time. I'm sure that it's a different experience if you're actually in one. Just ask the actors. Uh, so anyways, I actually, for the most part, I did enjoy this movie. I thought it was actually a lot of fun. I didn't mind the dialogue on the ground. I thought there were parts that were interesting with him and Tom Skerritt's part. I thought were interesting. I thought Maverick and Goose together. I thought they were fine. I thought they had better chemistry than Tom Cruise and Kelly McUgly. If I don't mean that in a romantic way, but I thought that the two actors together seemed to work together. Kelly McGillis, in my opinion, did not even belong in this movie. So this does have a PG rating. So if you do have younger kids, they can watch it. It's like I said, there is a love scene, but don't worry. Tony Scott did this on purpose. He doesn't show anything. He doesn't want to blind the audience with Kelly McUgly. He would not want to do that because then this movie would not get what it got in the theaters. This was a huge blockbuster hit. This had a $15 million budget and made, I believe, worldwide it made, I think, 350 million. 180 million was in the United States and Canada. So this made a lot of money. So if I had to grade this, I would definitely give this a B plus rating. This was a very enjoyable movie. It may not be in my top 50, but it was a lot of fun. A lot of people liked it. And I would definitely recommend it to anybody that hasn't seen this, or if Generation Boring saw the second one first, please watch the first one. I think you will enjoy it more, but I could be wrong. Maybe you like the lame acting in the second one. So if you like this, if you didn't, comment below, subscribe if you want, and thank you for watching.